que lo liberaran, con muchos artistas, incluso ganadores del Premio Nobel de la Literatura, hicieron y formaron parte de este movimiento.
But maybe to the theme of brief specialization, and bad example doesn't say that the idea is bad.
Pero un ejemplo de mala especialización no quiere decir que la idea sea mala.
But it tells a lot about the people who were preoccupied with their good wishes.
Pero habla mucho de la gente que se preocupa por buenos deseos.
Were also unable to see the truth.
Y esta gente, incluso ellos no podían ver la verdad.
And it's very good if you have good wishes, which I would join in, still open your eyes.
Pero es bueno tener como buena voluntad y buenos deseos y abrir los ojos.
Bueno, vamos.
Thank you very much.
Vamos a seguir con una pregunta por acá. Me gustaría pedirles si podemos ahorita dejar de tomar fotos por los flashes y demás, para descansar un poco, y al final vamos a hacer una foto. ¿Ok? Entonces, bueno, seguimos por acá.
¿Cuál fue el proceso creativo para preparar el personaje y cuál fue el mayor reto que te enfrentaste para representarlo? ¿Hay alguna anécdota en específico? This question is for John. Which was the creative process to create the character? And what was your experience? Was there a specific challenge or an anecdote or something you want to tell us about?
I don't know that there was a specific challenge. The story of Jack Unterweger was a story I was already well aware of long before we even started working on the Infernal Comedy on this opera. I suppose the thing that presented the biggest challenge was working with the orchestra and the singers, and not because they're both not fantastic to work with, but because to try and integrate the verbal sort of oral storytelling with the storytelling of the music was and maybe remains challenging.
Bueno, no hubo un reto específico porque él ya estaba familiarizado con la historia incluso antes de iniciar el proyecto. Tal vez el reto más grande fue, o sigue siendo, trabajar con la orquesta y con las sopranos. No porque no sean fantásticos en lo que hacen, sino porque había que integrar la parte vocal o verbal con la música. Y quizás podemos decir que sigue siendo un reto. Gracias, Sonia Piquet, Radio Educación. Para las cantantes, me gustaría saber cuál es su participación en la obra, de qué manera interpretan su papel, si son solo víctimas de este asesino serial. La segunda es para el señor Malkovich. Quisiera saber si él considera que todavía es importante seguir poniendo como héroes, buenos o malos, a un asesino serial en un mundo en donde estamos llenos de asesinos seriales, especialmente en México. Gracias. ¿Y qué le da al ser humano actual interpretar papeles de este tipo y hacer obras de este tipo? Gracias. Okay, the first question is for Soprano. What's your participation in the play? Are you just a victim, or what's your participation exactly? Then the second question, or go
Well, our participation, of course, is to give music to the whole piece. And John, as Jack Unterweger says at the beginning of the piece, this kind of music makes me nervous. And I think that we give a big emotional impact to the whole thing, to the speeches. And we make, hopefully, not only him nervous, but the audience too. And it's very irritating. And we are for sure not only victims, because we're playing also his mother, his friend, his lover, also the prostitute he's killing. But yeah, this is why I would say they represent all kinds of female personalities he had in his life.
Bueno, el papel principal es darle música a la obra. Es diferente tipo de música que hace que sientas los diferentes sentimientos, por ejemplo, que se pongan nerviosos o así. Así que le dan emoción e impacto a todos los discursos y a todo lo que sucede durante la obra. No solo actúan de víctimas, también representan a todos los papeles femeninos, por ejemplo, la madre, la amante, las amigas, etc. The second question for you, John, is if you think that it's okay to have as heroes, either good heroes or bad heroes, doesn't matter, a serial killer. Because right now, in our world, we have many killers. For example, here in Mexico, we have many of them. So what's your opinion on having a killer as a hero?
You know, most drama, and I mean much drama, and maybe most opera has an incredible amount of mayhem and suffering and death. And I think on the part of people, there's always a great interest to try and understand why some humans not just enjoy, but actually need to hold the power of life and death over other people.
La mayoría de los dramas o de las óperas tienen una gran cantidad de sufrimiento y de muerte. En cuanto a la gente, siempre hay un interés de entender el por qué hay personas que disfrutan y necesitan tener el poder sobre la vida o sobre la muerte de otras personas.
And as far as whether serial killers should be heroes, I wouldn't suggest in any way that Unterweger is a hero. He's a subject of an opera. In the same way that I don't think Bolaño was suggesting that whoever it is doing all the serial killing, say, in Juarez is a hero. It's an attempt to understand, and hopefully ours also is an attempt to understand, and also an attempt to portray the cost of that, the price in human and societal terms.
Él no sugiere que los asesinos seriales sean héroes. Aquí, por ejemplo, el protagonista no es que sea un héroe, sino simplemente un sujeto de la ópera. Así como Bolaño tampoco nos pone a héroes. Esto es más que nada un intento de entender y retratar el costo que esto nos trae para la gente y para la sociedad.
And maybe to add one more thing is that we work with the material of his early classical, late Baroque music, and we found that there is one big aria that was called Scena, an aria that was some kind of a concert mini version of an opera. We have one here from Beethoven, one from Joseph Haydn, one from Mozart, and even other pieces. But all these three have like something in the title. It's called the Scena aria, which was something like a mini drama, and all of them, and there's many more of them in musical history. They have it is about a suffering woman, and it is about men who are fierce, hated, loved, and desired at the same time. And this was, I mean, we don't know how it is in general with serial killers, but the special thing about Jack Unterweger was that he was a ladies' man, that women loved him, that there are still women going around in Vienna who say he can't possibly have been the murderer. He was, because he was a wonderful man, because he was a sweet lover, he was charming, he was a, so he had like in his person the combination of maybe the best and the worst of a man in contact with women. So, and the second thing is that he finds out during his evening that he's not a hero, but when he finishes, he says, "I'm a failure." So I think what we also find out that he won't be happy with that. I mean, this whole thing is about preoccupation that lead you somewhere where nothing but pain and nothing but despair is waiting for you. So I hope this piece will not like somehow give anyone the feeling that we think it's an heroical thing to be a murderer or to treat women as he did it. I think we try to do it the other way around. But on the other hand, we know that, I mean, there's this wonderful Jean-Luc Godard quote where he said, "What do you need for a good film is a girl and a gun." And there is, like, of course, through all the history of theater and literature and movies and everything, we have always been fascinated with these persons, and we're still trying to, like, sort out and to understand how this could be possible. I don't think that this raises it. I don't think that this means the number of crimes happening greater. It just somehow has this strange, I don't know, affection to all of us. I don't know why.
Bueno.
I'm quiet now, I promise.
Este tipo de conductas lo podemos ver en diferentes espacios. Aquí tenemos música que nos ayuda a entender la obra y es, podemos decir, que un mini concierto. Hay piezas de otros artistas, por ejemplo Mozart, entre otros, que nos dan a entender con su música la sensación de sufrimiento, mujeres sufriendo. Entonces, esto no es en realidad mostrar que el héroe es un asesino serial. Lo que importa es ver cómo puede haber hombres que aman y odian al mismo tiempo. Lo que es interesante de nuestro personaje es que él era un mujeriego. Era una persona que siempre estaba rodeado de mujeres, era encantador, era dulce con ellas. Así que en él podemos ver, en cuanto a contacto con mujeres, lo mejor y lo peor, es lo que podríamos decir. Nuevamente, no es un héroe. Al final, él incluso dice que se da cuenta que es un fracaso. Esta es una obra para que entendamos la preocupación y todo lo que va alrededor. Hay una persona, y lo va a citar, dice que para tener una buena película hay que tener casi un alma y una mujer. Esto lo podemos ver y es a la que gente le interesa, no solo en obras de teatro, sino en películas, en libretos, en escritos, en música, etc.
Por acá, Jorge Caballero de la